The American Dream Through Scouting by Jeremy Hirsch. Boy Scouts instills an American dream into the minds and hearts of many boys. It prepares them to make ethical choices over their lifetimes while achieving their full potential. Scouts teaches a boy the responsibility of citizenship in our society. These values that Scouts are taught revolve around the Scout Oath, which prepares a Scout to do his duty to God and his country, while obeying the Scout law and helping other people as he keeps himself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The first words of the Scout Oath are, "On my honor." A Scout must hold his honor sacred. When he pledges himself to do something on his honor, it means that he will do his utmost to live up to the high standards he has set. This honor is in Scouts both young and old. It's depicted in the way they present themselves. The way they stand, the way they dress are ways of showing their honor towards Scouting and towards themselves. An Eagle Scout uses his honor to get to his high position. Lord Baden-Powell, the founding father of Scouting, set standards in the way that Scouting should be run, and he hoped that those would be lived up to throughout the days of Scouting in young boys as they held their positions and as they grew up to be older Scouts and go on to higher things. Honor will show out in certain boys and will shine and help them to become Eagle Scouts, where they can sit among their fellow Scouts in what is called an eagle's nest. A Boy Scout is expected to do his best in everything that he attempts. This encompasses events both inside and outside of Scouting itself. A Scout does his best to dress like a Scout, to act like a Scout, and to perform like a Scout. From the time of Cub Scouts on, a Scout tries his best to perform at his highest capabilities. A Scout's best is expected academically and physically. Explorer Scouts was formed so that boys and girls could get together and concentrate in one category that they all excelled at. The second value that Scouting instills is his duty to God. A Scout is reverent toward God, he is faithful in his religious duties, and he respects the beliefs of others. Religious awards can be earned in Scouting for many different religions. Scouting is a non-denominational event. A Scout Zone is held for Scouts where you don't worship any one God, but you worship nature. Nature, perhaps, is the most important part of Scouting. A Scout is expected to leave an area better than what he found it. You look at nature as God's home and as something that you're visiting. When hiking or camping in nature, you are expected to respect everything around you, including others and the atmosphere. The land you're walking on or camping on is beautiful. Anything you do could change it and alter it in any minuscule way, but that would ruin it for others that were to follow you. You should respect the land and look at it and capture its beauty, but leave nothing except for footprints and take nothing except for photographs. A Scout's time spent out in nature can be his time to think about himself and place a value about everything around him. Scouting's outdoor code teaches Scouts the rules of the wilderness. A Scout's duty to country may vary depending on the nation's situation at the time. Perhaps during the World Wars, Scouting was most important to the country. Scouts were helped to sell war bonds and to collect scrap metals that were used for weapons and for the strength and support of the nation. Money was also raised in Scouts to help support the nation. Scouting teaches boys how to respect our country's flag. One of the first things taught in Scouting is to salute the flag whenever it passes. A Scout also learns how to fold a flag and how to carry a flag. Scouts learn that you show respect to your country by showing respect to its flag. Scouts are taught to be patriotic towards our country. They look back towards the founding fathers of our country and offer to do whatever might be asked of them to help the country, whether it be rallies or raising money or food for the soldiers during times of war or for homeless during times of peace. A scout works for the country's best interest by obeying all of its laws and working to solve some of its vast challenges that lie ahead. Duty to self is the most important part of the Scout Oath. It is split into 3 parts: physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The first part, physically strong, is meant not to build bulging muscles, but to build strength and endurance that will help a scout keep a healthy and strong body whenever he may need it. This strength is usually developed during different fun activities. These activities may vary from canoeing or tug of war to rock climbing or climbing a telephone pole. Many scouts don't realize that they're building this physical strength in what they're doing. They think that they're just having fun and going all out in whatever they're doing, enjoying the different situations that they may encompass. As a person grows older, they may encounter different situations in their attempt to achieve what they want to be. Some of these situations may be physical, some may be mental. A scout's physical training may set him above others and help him out later on in life when he's trying to achieve his various goals. This training will also teach a scout that he can always accomplish something, even if he may be somewhat afraid to begin with. It gives him perseverance and teaches him to keep on trying no matter what the obstacle may be that he's trying to hurdle. Whether in a canoe, on foot, or on a bicycle, a scout's endurance and perseverance may be important to his health then, and to his self-esteem, which will help him to achieve all of his dreams. You must always stay mentally awake. Strive to increase your knowledge. Make the best possible use of your abilities. By being mentally awake, you will live more completely in one day than a dull boy does in a month. The experiences a boy gets in scouting will give him more knowledge than anything else in his life. Scouts are always anxious to learn and do better. They always want to achieve more than they can and more than they are currently. Younger scouts look to older scouts to learn facts and skills that they may not have known. They are happy when they learn and are always willing to learn more than they currently know. Boys are always open to new experiences and will always try their best in whatever comes about them. A scout is morally straight. He owes it to himself to aim to become a man of strong character. He's thoughtful of the rights of others and clean in his speech and actions. He's faithful in all of his beliefs. A scout's life will take him along a trail that leads him to a strong, self-reliant manhood and possibly Eagle Scout, the highest award in scouting. Other awards can be earned either on the troop level or even on a community level through scouting. Different scouts excel in different ways, to which communities acknowledge them in awards such as Citizen of the Year. Scouts must help other people. There are many people who need them. Scouts may be more knowledgeable than others in rescue techniques and first aid techniques, so that they may give help to others in times of need. The scout is always willing to help someone in need and asks nothing of it. Many scouts perform projects to help their communities. They'll do whatever they can to better the place around them so that everybody may enjoy it more so than they already have. A scout first learns to help others by games that help himself at the same time, such as swimming relays. At summer camp, a scout does this to teach him to help another person so that he may also profit. However, this personal profit is not always prevalent. As a scout grows older, he starts to build things and help people in need without any profit to himself. Whenever help is needed, a scout is always around to lend a hand. A story of an unknown scout is told about a boy in England who gives directions to a man and will not accept a reward for him because he is a scout. Scouts do not need rewards. They are always willing to help, no matter what the circumstances. They'll help fellow scouts to learn and also help civilians. Every scout strives to be just like the unknown scout. He's always eager to help and never asks for rewards. Scouting has a slogan, which is "Do a good turn daily." A scout always strives to do a good turn every day, whether it be big or little, anything that could help a fellow person. The way of life taught in scouting is not easy to learn. Most people would not accept it if it was just sat down and taught to them. It is taught, therefore, in scouting in outings. Different things are taught in different situations, and boys learn them by having fun at the same time. They don't think about the fact that they're learning how to cook when they're making a meal. They think about the fact that they're having fun. Fun is important in a boy's life, so he's taught morals and values by having fun, whether it be relaxing in a canoe or jumping off of a cliff. Different people have fun at different things. Scouting is there so that boys may encounter different things and know what they enjoy the most, so that they can use that to strive for their dreams in the future times. Scouting is so effective in America because it teaches an oath, but it does it while having fun. That oath is called the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and its country, and to obey the Scout laws, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. This is what scouting teaches a boy. It encompasses all of his life. When a boy becomes a scout, he stays a scout for his whole life. He learns values that he will never forget, and he acts differently than anybody that's not in scouting.